guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. Our toil, resources, and livelihood are all involved. So is the very structure of our society. The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist. We must never let the weight of this combination endanger our liberties or democratic processes. We should take nothing for granted. Only an alert and knowledgeable citizenry can compel the proper meshing of the huge industrial and military machinery of defense with our peaceful methods and goals.
Nice. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Bergy-Bit. If you're tuning in to YouTube, it's been a while. YouTube, as they say in Korea. That's actually a thing. But no, good to be back. 90 days ago, I was doing a live broadcast, and I was reporting on information. I'm not going to freaking, Jesus, H. Mary and Joseph. I was reporting on an affidavit that I signed and swore to and submitted into a federal court. It was in response to something Patrick Byrne had filed in West Palm. That's all I'm going to say. And I was mysteriously taken down for 90 days for misinformation. The fuck? How? Okay, so we're not even, that doesn't really even deserve much of a explanation. I mean, literally, I had filed sworn documents, and that's all I was talking about. What really happened there is, I'm sure, well, now fast forward about maybe a month or so after that, I think it was around August 18th, and I'm doing a broadcast with Riley, internet researcher, the infamous internet researcher Riley, and we're doing an interview, and we're doing a report on Marie Helen Morris, a professor at John Jay University, who does lectures and briefings for State Department, and the UN, which kind of makes that our business. If she was just instructing, she was just doing a professor thing, that wouldn't bother me. So we were talking about that, and all of a sudden, channel goes down. It wasn't suspended. I was like, permanently banned on Twitch. I brought in maybe $250, $300 a month with that. It was helpful support, but it's, not going to put me out of business. I've really reduced my expenses down tremendously, if you haven't noticed. But no, that kind of sucked. But then seeing what happened with getting my Twitch taken down with a false DCMA claim that was later removed just a few days later. And thanks, I got a haircut today. It was removed just a few days later because it was a false claim. Literally, Tori Morris is the one who filed the claim. She was running for office, Secretary of State, as an independent on the ballot. Just an amazing thing to be able to have someone running for office, And you're sitting there trying to explain to people how corrupt and how dishonest this individual is, and how you should not vote for this person. You should not support this person. Your contributions to this person enables her to hurt other good people, whistleblowers, other honest people. So, after that happened, it seemed pretty clear that if we were to look into I'm pretty sure if we were to look into YouTube, into who filed that claim that got me shut down after doing the thing about Patrick Byrne, we'll find that it was, just two cowards. People that sit there and go, oh my God, I need more support because I've been taken off of this platform and that platform, and they're trying to shut me down. So I need your support and your help. And then they'll turn around and do something like that to someone they used to call a friend. And I just, say what you want about me. I just think that kind of proves my point. So it really absolutely, it just boggles my mind that people support these people and enable them. And then time after time, trust the plan for like a couple years. And that's been put off and changed and just all shown to be bullshit, right? But tonight, was primarily, I wanted to make sure, it's a holiday weekend. I hope everybody had a spectacular Thanksgiving. I know I did. Got to see, talk to all my kids, got to see Mia. It was absolutely wonderful. Jay stopped by with some leftovers, although I found a turkey for it was like fucking 12 to 14 pound turkey I got at Publix for like $6 or $8. Spectacular. And, just a couple days earlier when I was doing that interview with Riley, she was worried about had brought up how what Trump or DeSantis or somebody was saying, oh, it's going to be like a nationwide shortage on turkeys. We were joking about that. I think Missing Parts over on Twitch had switched over to prime rib, which I do think that's probably very appropriate now that I think about it for Thanksgiving. And I wish I only wish I could have gotten prime rib for 10, 12 pounds for $8. So I cooked that bird, but I haven't even gotten to that yet because all the freaking food Jay brought over. So again, it was a spectacular time. I have been putting a lot of time and effort, and I'm going to be putting more of it in this weekend. I've got to get I want to get a couple orders out they're not like in the system. They just got to be redone. They got to be done. So I got to get a couple orders out. But I've been doing a lot of research, and I'm going to keep doing it over the weekend because I got an idea that I'm working on. I got everything approved. I can do this right now. I'm not going to talk. I'll explain probably more on Monday. There's a few people. I know Hip is Hip. But that's the second time I've used your name today, Hip, in a fun way. In a hip way. I guess it's probably not that hard with a name like that. But so on Monday, I'll fill in some more details, assuming that over the weekend I don't talk myself out of it. It's just like such a great idea. I'll give you a hint. It's a BERGY-BOT. It's literally a BERGY-BIT BERGY-BOT. The BERGY-BIT's gonna have a BERGY-BOT if all goes well. And I can bitch about Tory doing despicable things. A lot of people, there's just a whole bunch of grifters out there. Akbar, all of these people, and they will work behind the scenes. If not them, with their friends, they'll continue to support their friends to take you down. So it seems like every one or two supporters, new supporters, people that I'll bring in that enjoy what I'm providing, the information I'm providing, and what I'm trying to expose. I'll lose two people, two grifters like Tory and others and Byrne and those guys that put out disinformation. But you can only blame them so much. I can actually blame them a lot, but you got to fish or cut bait in life, right? And I've just seen too much and personally witnessed too much not to believe, not to say, okay, I'll play the game, I'll keep playing, and I'm saying that like on a very spiritual nature, not being a hugely religious person. Over the years, over the last few years, it just seems to me as though there's something, this is bigger than me and the rest of us. So, and I can say that with assurance simply because of how all of this has come about to be able to do this. So it's just, these are all blessings. But there's a lot of risk in this for me personally. There's always risk in this for me personally, but yeah, there is. But if this works, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to help start this conversation, no matter how much, again, people like Tory and Byrne and all these people want to use no matter how much they use their platforms to discredit me and to silence me. I was just a few hours away from being able to monetize YouTube, right? Because I have all the sufficient stuff to be able to do that. Literally, I was a few hours away from that before. What I'm only going to assume was the same people that did it before, Tory and such. So took it down, right? So I need to be able to come up with something that just is more awesome and creates more people's interest than what these people can take away. I do that and I win. What is I win? I win is we all win, right? Because I'm not here to try to be the next Dan Bongino or anything like that. I do not want to do that. My mission, my goal is to just start this conversation, hold a handful of people personally that I'm a fact witness to accountable for what I believe were crimes against our country, and start this conversation about the use of our data, about social media, psychological warfare, about cyber warfare. Start that conversation. I believe the Bergy-Bot is going to help with that tremendously in a very fun way. So, like I said, and it's going to take a couple weeks altogether to put everything together, assuming this works. But I think, along with all of the other stuff that I have, I think that this is going to be really cool. So what do we got here in YouTube? That sounds great. Very greetings from Sebring. Hello. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, Bergy-Bit. Thank you very much, Laurie. Any thoughts on what we might expect to see after the corrupt Supreme Court ruled the FBI have full access to Donald Trump's tax returns? Well, probably going to see his tax returns. I don't say that to be a dick. I say that just as a realist. I can personally say that had things been done differently, I don't believe we would have these problems. I believe the problems, the reason that he's not in office, I believe the reason that Democrats are doing pretty much whatever the hell they want to do, is because a handful of people, Flynn and Byrne and others, a bunch of damn grifters, a bunch of people from InfoWars, that they came into this not as patriots, but for profit. and power kind of go together a lot. And I'm not saying that because I read a bunch of articles and, oh, you can't believe what you read on the internet. I'm saying this based on my personal experiences. I'm saying this based on having been on InfoWars on the set, and the abject betrayal that followed, right? So much is going on that people don't understand. So we've got to get this conversation going, and that's what the BERGY-BOT, I believe, is going to be able to do in a way that it takes me out. It will, I can tell you this much. It is going to take me out of the studio here and to the people, right? In I think, a very, very, very unique way. A way so new, so unique that, again, all of their resources and assets, which they're dwindling themselves, but still dangerous, cannot overcome the amount of interest that it comes from this. I think it's going to be really, really good. Again, I'll have more on Monday on that. We got a couple years. The next couple years are going to be interesting as shit. I think we can all agree on that. And so, you know, this is, I believe, this is freaking spectacular. It's the nerdiest thing possibly you've ever seen, but it is spectacular. And again, there's a handful of people that do know what I'm talking about, but I don't want to go into detail until I, actually go ahead and do it. And if I turned around and didn't go ahead and do it, then I'd talk about it anyway and say, well, this was my idea, but I decided not to because of this. I can do it. It's completely within my realm. I've got everything secured for it and approved for it. So, let me jump over to Twitch here real quick and see what we got going on. Bergy, don't do it. Heathcliff says that, but I don't even think Heathcliff knows what I'm talking about. Who would ever want to be next to Benji? Oh, right. No shit. I've been looking over at YouTube there, so I didn't see, just to see how the stream was going. And it seems to be excellent connection through the entire time. But on Twitch, what do we got? New task force, new, not that. What do we got here? Hip, Mr. Pirates. Oh, task force, you're going to freaking love this. Holy shit, you're going to love this. I don't know what that was in reference to, but I'm telling you right now. The BERGY-BOT, the BERGY-BOT it's fucking awesome. It's beyond awesome. Even Fred thinks it's a good idea. And by the way, if we could all just, Fred Taylor, 3-time Purple Heart recipient, rarely agrees with anything that I do as far as like a good idea or, oh wow, Bergy, that's it. But he actually did with this. But Fred, he got the jab like last week. Had to, because he's like a nursing home administrator. But and then like it was on Thursday. He did the show actually with me on Friday. I think it was Saturday. He went to, I think, Miami to speak at a big event and just got sick as shit. He's home now. He should have gone to the hospital yesterday. His wife, his daughter, my ex, pretty much everybody. I was telling him to go to the damn doctor and hospital, and he hasn't. But he's really, he's really struggling with this. So say a prayer for Fred. Just an amazing man. He needs to stay healthy. And I need to write his book, right? Because that story is beyond spectacular. So important things right now. So keep Fred in your prayers. He'll be fine, I'm sure. He's freaking, statistically, if you were to say who's going to outlive Bergy or or Taylor, I'd put my money on Fred, and he's like 20 years older than me or more. You know, so I'm just saying. What do we got here? And it's hot as shit, and I didn't turn my fan on. I don't want to get up and turn it on. But any rate, I'm gonna get signing off here. Southern, I should have your coin out. I should get your coin out this weekend. And books. And I got some books to send to Texas too. But great. This is going to be, you know, like I said, I'm giving it a lot of thoughtful consideration. It's not a done deal by any means, but it's like, this is too good. It's just actually pretty wild. I think, you know, it's just, I'm not sure how people would take to that. I mean, I think I am sure how they were. I think it's going to be spectacular. But it is completely different. That's for sure. And if everything goes right, I'll have a guest host. It's like, yeah, I guess he will. I can't sleep with her. So that sucks. At least not yet. Not this iteration. So, any rate, I'm going to get signing off, guys. I just wanted to have to drop in. It's Friday. It's a holiday weekend. We should all be with our families. Or just doing the things that our brains want and need. Right? So, on that note, I'm going to see you guys on... Yeah, actually, she is Asian. Yep. From China, I think. From China. Nice. All right. Well, on that note... hey, we might get, also keep your fingers crossed, see if I get my Twitter account back next week. So, just so much going on. But, man, I swear to God, this is a great weekend. Everybody. And if you got more freaking stress and shit than me, then God bless you, right? I know so many do. There's some have less and some have more. But no matter what, right? No matter what, life's what you make it, right? No matter how difficult it is, and the holidays are always tough for people, life is what you make it. Make yourself feel good. Give your soul a rest, from social media, from all of these things. Be mindful of all these stresses and stuff over the holidays. Be mindful. And I will see you guys on Monday. I will turn my fan on, hopefully, and probably the AC, although it's just hot from the servers. But no, good stuff coming up. Have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful weekend, guys. And just, love you. God bless.